In this lesson, you are actually going to use equation to solve word problem. You need to use your algebraic skills that you have learned, write out the word problem, and then solve it. There are steps that you can use to actually solve a word problem. Of course, the most obvious one is actually to read the question carefully and to find out what the question is asking for. Now, you define a pronumeral to represent the unknown. Clearly state, let x be the, maybe in this case the unknown, or x be the number of hours you're looking for, or x be something else. The pronumeral could be x, could be p, could be r, could be anything, as long as you define it clearly as a pronumeral. And then you use the information given and write out the equation which links the key information using the pronumeral defined in step 2. You solve the equation using the algebraic techniques you have learned and then answer the questions in Word. Well, pause the video for a while and actually write down these steps. Now that you have time to write down the steps and think about how you do it, let's have a look at some examples. First one, I think of a number, subtract it from 12, multiply the result by 5, add the number I first thought of and end up with 24. Find the number first thought of. Very important, the first step is actually define the pronumeral. Step 1, let x be the number. Right? I've defined x, the pronumeral, as the number. So following the information given, we subtract x from 12. So we actually get 12 minus x. And then multiply the result by 5. 5 into 12 minus x. Right? So we have used two pieces of the information. Then the third one, add the number x. So 5 times, in the bracket, 12 minus x plus x. And end up with 24. So all this is the same as 24. Therefore, we have 5 times 12 minus x plus x equals to 24. This is the equation you use to solve for x. Now, how do we solve it? We write this equation, 5 into 12 minus x plus x equals to 24. You know the distributive law? So what we do is expand this bit by distributive law. We've got 5 times 12 equals to 60, minus 5x plus x equals to 24. Then we collect like terms. Minus 5x plus x. That gives us minus 4x. So 60 minus 4x equals to 24. This time, we eliminate 4x from the left hand side by adding 4x. Then we add 4x on the right hand side as well. Next step, we eliminate 24 from right hand side and we actually eliminate minus 24 from the left hand side. Now, we divide both sides by 4, so we actually have 4, get the value of x, and therefore x equals to 9. So, in order to answer the question, we have got to write it out. The number I think of is 9. Let's have a look at another example. This one, I think of a number. Add 5, multiply the results by 4, and end up with an answer that is 25 more than the number I first thought of. Find the number first thought of. So, we can define the pronumeral again. This time let's call it y equals to the number. Okay, so y plus 5. Multiply the results by 4. End up with the answer which is 29 more than the number I first thought of. X. So, let's see, how do we solve it? Actually, it's not minus, it's plus, because 29 more than the number I first thought of. So it's 4y plus 5 equals to 29 plus y. Actually, it's not x. I use the pronumeral y. I should not use x. I should be using y. Right? So First, expand. 4y plus 20 equals to 29 plus y. Now, let's eliminate y from the right hand side, minus y. Therefore, I need to minus y here. So 4y minus y, that gives me 3y plus 20 equals 29. Now this time, what I want to do is eliminate 20 here. So take away 20, we have 3y equals to 9. Now, we need to eliminate the y from here. Divide that by 3. 3, not 9. Therefore, y equals to 9 divided by 3 is 3. So, to answer the question, the number I first thought of is 3. So if we substitute 3 into there, 3 plus 5 is 8. 4 times 8 is 32. Y is 3. 29 plus 3 is 32. So 32 equals to 32. So that is actually the right answer. We are now moving into problems which are slightly more complicated. Let's have a look at this question. It says there, Rosalind is 8 years older than Jennifer. In 6 years' time, their age will be such that Rosalind will be twice as old as Jennifer. How old is Jennifer now? So, let A be the age of Rosalind at the moment. So, Rosalind age equals to A, and therefore Jennifer age equals to A plus 8. This is current. So in 6 years, Jennifer's age equals to A plus 8 plus 6, which is A plus 14, right? And it will be double Rosalind's age. So is A plus 6. So that is double that. We can write the equation in such a way that A plus 14 equals to 2 times A plus 6. Correct? Because Jennifer's age, which is that, is double Rosalind's age. Now, expand this, we get 2A plus 12, A plus 14. Right, let's eliminate A from here. So 14 equals to A plus 12. And then we eliminate 12 from here, minus 12. Therefore, we have A equals to 2. So Rosalind is actually, because A is the age of Rosalind at the moment, so Rosalind is actually 2 years old, and what we need to answer is how old is Jennifer now. Jennifer is 2 plus 8, which is 10 years old. This is how you actually use the information, define the pronumeral, write out the equation, and then solve it, which I'm going to show you. This one, a bicycle shop hires out bikes. It charges an initial fees of $10 for hiring a bike, and then a charge of $8 per hour. Leah returns a bike and is charged $42. For how many hours did she hire the bike? Now, initial fees of $10, which is a set fees. So we know that $10 is always there, and then each hour is $8 per hour. So let h be the number of hours. So we know that Leah returns a bike is charged $42. 42 equals to 8 hours, $8 per hour, 8 times h plus a set fee of $10. Right, in order to solve this, let's eliminate 10 from the right hand side. Minus 10, 42 minus 10 is 32, equals to 8h. This time, divide by 8. We can eliminate 8 here. Therefore, h equals to 4. So, what we should answer is Leah hired the bicycle for 4 hours. It is very important for you to write this. That is actually answering the question. One last example. David and Usman made 254 runs between them in a cricket match. If Usman made 68 more runs than David, how many runs did each of them make? Alright, let's define. R is the runs made by David. Therefore, R plus 68 equals the runs made by Usman. We know that both of them add up to be 254. Therefore, rewriting the equation R plus 68 equals to 254. So 2R plus 68 equals to 254. Why? Because we are actually collecting like terms. Therefore, we can add it up to R. Then we take away 68 so that we eliminate 68 here. 2R equals to 186 divided by 2 so that we can actually work out what R is. R is 186 divided by 2, which is 93. So, David made 93 runs and Usman made 93 plus 68, which equals to 161 runs. Just checking, 93 plus 161, that actually gives you 254 runs. So, I've given you a range of technique in terms of how to solve word problems. The most important thing is actually to define the pronumeral and then use the information to write out the equation.